Hi, everybody. It's John Cruz here at Worldwide Auctioneers, and welcome to Worldwide TV. And we are looking forward to the auction today. You can still register to bid, worldwideauctioneers.com. And I'm here with Richard Rawlings, who we've been working on the Kannenberg collection auction with. And, you know, the auction starts here in just a little bit. How do you feel?
I'm a little nervous, I got to tell you. This is, a little over 2 years of my life. It's the biggest gamble, bet, whatever you want to call it, that I've ever done. And, COVID knocked the wind out of my sails, but we're here now. Everything's going to go at no reserve. And I'm a little let's see what happens. Let's get going.
Well, we talk about no reserve a lot at Worldwide Auctioneers, and a lot of our clients choose to do that. I've done it a lot when I sell stuff. So I understand the nervous energy. And you sold stuff no reserve before, but not this much stuff.
Well, one thing or two things, is having a little fun, and it's what us car guys do. But, this collection, this celebration of Denny Kannenberg's life is something that I really wanted to make a spectacle out of. And now we're doing it finally. And, but at the same time, it doesn't change my risk that I put out. I bought everything. And it's all going at no reserve. One of the coolest things that I think is everybody's always asking me, what did you hold for yourself? What did you pick out of the collection? I didn't pick anything. This collection's going as it was seen by me 2.5 years ago, and it's going to the highest bidder.
And we've got, for those of you that will be here in person later today, and if you're watching, you're going to see we got some of the Cannonball's keeper signs that he had at his place, which he did want to keep, so we're going to get those back. But we really wanted to have people feel his collection here, and I think we've done a pretty decent job of that. What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, I've been pushing this the same as you guys here at Worldwide have, and it really is a celebration of a motorcycle guy, true and true. He's been doing this his entire life, racing all the way back into the 60s, and started his motorcycle company in the 70s, and this is the collection that he kept. This is what he didn't put on the showroom floor or what have you. Yeah. These are like, I'm going to put this one back. And one of the really cool things when I met him, I went up there like any car guy or motorcycle guy to buy one or two or four. And it turned out that he really didn't want to kind of piecemeal out his collection. And we were able to make a deal and buy everything at once.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I think that what you have done just as an observer, as an auction company, doesn't happen too often. I think it's great. I think it was something that took some forethought, and it is a risk. I think a lot of people that watch auctions, they don't really think about the emotions when you're selling things or when you buy something to sell, and this is a big deal that is going to have a big effect on you. Obviously, I'm the auction company. I hope it's a great effect, but it's certainly butterflies is in a nice way.
I would say I'm close to wanting to find a bucket more than a butterfly, because this is the biggest gamble I've ever taken in my life, and I've worked my whole life up to this, so I'm proud of that moment. But at the same time, we don't know. That's why you got to get online and register to bid right now, because this is literally going no reserve. That thing right there might go for $20 or $200 or $2,000. I don't know.
That's right. And again, as a reminder, everything is no reserve, absolute to the highest bidder, regardless of price. And there will be some deals today and tomorrow. I don't know what they'll be. So we don't want anybody out there to miss the opportunity. And you can be here. We'll have people live in person bidding. We have telephone bidding. We have absentee bidding. And we have a lot of online bidding. It's very simple, and anybody can quickly hop on worldwideauctioneers.com, participate, and the nervousness and anxiety even that sometimes a seller feels, buyers feel that in a positive way. We want to get the deal, but we want to buy some stuff. And we have a lot of folks, they're not here for a deal, they're here to buy something, because a lot of these are pretty special.
Everything here is special. This was the best of the best. That's why he called it Kannenberg's Keepers. He really had a methodical way. Once I really had a chance over the last 2 years to study what he did and what he collected, he had a way of picking out, like, this one. This is the one I'm going to keep. I'm not going to unveil it right now, but I might later on today or even tomorrow during the sale. I asked him, I said, which one would you keep? And his selection amazed me. I mean, when he said that one, I was like, really?
Well, I tell you what, we've known each other a long time.
Yes, sir.
We've done a lot of deals, and this is the biggest one, but it's been the most fun because while we've been able to have a great relationship, do a lot of business, a lot of it are business transactions. This one, because it's his life's work, just feels a little more special.
It really does. And I want everyone out there and everyone that is here today and tomorrow to know that, you know, while this is what I do for a living, I really do want this to be a celebration of Denny's life. He accomplished so much and did so many cool things. And even at 80 years old, he and his wife, who's also 80, still load their bikes into their own trailers or vans and go out to Colorado or North Dakota or whatever and trail ride. I mean, this guy is a machine. He's one of the coolest characters I've ever met in my life, and I'm very proud to be presenting his life's work.
And I think that the passion and care that he and his family have had is really important. And can you tell everybody watching Worldwide TV some of the lengths that he went to take care of the bikes and prepping them?
It was unbelievable. He drained the gas. He drained the fluids. He put in something that we're calling blue juice. I don't even know what it is. I don't think he's going to tell us. And he preserved every one of these cars and motorcycles to be ready to go back on the road. It's like empty the juice, put the oil and the gasoline and the battery back in, air out the tires, and fire it up. And we've seen that happen with a lot of these vehicles.
Yeah, and the 42 Indian, probably the crown jewel in the collection, we did do that. And the mechanic was like, hey, what's the blue juice? I need to know what this is.
Yeah.
And this is the easiest bike I've ever brought back to life, which is great. And so we're excited about that.
I'm excited about the 42 period.
Yes.
There's very, very few 42 Indian 4s, and there's no 43s. They quit making the 4. And that bike, I don't think that a bike collector could pay too much for that motorcycle. I really don't.
Yeah. Well, folks, it's not too late.
No.
You can still register to bid. There's going to be some deals. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope you tune in throughout the day and tomorrow. Everything from the Kannenberg collection is selling, absolute, no reserve. Register to bid today. And, of course, everyone that registers to bid has a special opportunity to support some worthy causes.
That's right. Gas Monkey Foundation and Career Coaching, which you have, the Mustang, 57 Mustang motorcycle. We're going to give that away to one of the people that have registered to bid, right?
Yep, and we're going to do that tomorrow when we start the motorcycles, which will be about halfway through the day. Richard's going to select the winner from everybody that's registered. If you're here, if you're on the phone, if you're online. So you register today, anytime you're in for that, and someone's going to get a pretty cool bike, in addition to helping some great causes that are certainly near and dear to you and I. So we appreciate all of that, and we will look forward to seeing you in just a little bit as the auction starts. We appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for being here, Richard. It's going to be a wild couple of days, and we'll see you in just a little bit.
Hey everybody, Rod Egan here, Worldwide Auctioneers, sitting with the Dennis Collins. Coffee Walk, y'all gotta check out YouTube, Coffee Walk, Dennis Collins. Dennis, you've unearthed some killer stuff.
Well, thank you.
All over the country, educational for guys like me, car guys and car gals that watch. Where do you get most of the ideas or leads to go get the great stuff you find?
Well, I actually started that with my Dead or Alive ads that I ran in Hemmings Motor News.
I remember.
Star Telegram, Fort Worth newspaper, Dallas Morning News, and Dallas Times Herald. So I ran those for 38 years, and then my daughter morphed that into the internet for those leads.
Good job, Kels.
Yeah, she's killing it.
Yes.
And by the way, I think the current number of world's records I have set selling cars with Worldwide Auctioneers, John Cruz and Rod Egan, sets right at 20.
That's pretty good. We've had good luck together, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah, we have.
We have.
Had a great sale here this past weekend, and now, obviously, you just flew in for the Kannenberg stuff this weekend. I saw you walk in. Initial thoughts. What goes through your mind?
Well, I actually have known Denny Kannenberg myself personally for over 30 years. What a lot of viewers out there don't know, I haven't really talked about much, is I actually had a motorcycle shop for many years, which was part of my classic side of it. And for the very first time when Richard and I flew up to see this collection, I walked in and Denny Kannenberg said, Denny Collins. I'm like, do I know you? He goes, absolutely I do. He goes, you were the guy that always fought me on every sport bike that ever came up for sale. And it took me a little time to remember that, because back in the day when I met Denny Kannenberg, I was actually racing Hurricane 1000s, and he would buy everyone that was crashed. So it took me a while, and after thinking about that, I was like, wow, this is the guy that owns Sport Wheels. So Sport Wheels is the largest motorcycle wrecking yard in the world, bar none.
It's crazy. When I first saw pictures of it, there's not much that makes me really awestruck. That did. Like, you've been around all these years, and it's one of those things. It was just like a wow, this is incredible.
There was at one point in time, he had 35,000 motorcycles. Just think about that. You and I have known car hoarders our whole life.
Yes.
It's not unusual to walk in the barn and see 100, which is still really neat to me.
Yeah.
35,000 of anything?
Of anything.
But even now, they've culled the collection out.
Yeah.
He's got 15,000 left. So what we have here that you guys have, this is how significant this is. I like to do math on things.
Yeah.
So these were his 160 favorite finds out of, it could have been as many as 100,000 motorcycles over his lifetime.
Over the years that have gone through there.
So think about that. Everything in there he kept for a reason.
Well, it's some cool stuff. What do you like? You said you race bikes. You see anything in there that kind of took you down memory lane?
Kawasaki Mach 3s.
Yeah.
Wow. The 500 triples.
Yeah.
Scariest thing in the world to ride. The fastest thing in the world to ride. Hair raising.
No kidding.
And there's a 69 in there, which I've personally never seen. The white bike.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that I've seen and owned in the past were early 70s bikes. A little bit more common. I've never seen a 69. Most of what's in here is Japanese stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he did, which was cool. He's an American guy. He's kind of a hardcore, really neat dude. So you put in his mindset, he bought, sold, traded, and parted out Japanese motorcycles.
Right.
He raced Harleys.
Right.
He didn't part out Harleys. So where's this man's heart?
Right.
And the pinnacle of his collection, after owning almost 100,000 bikes,
Yeah.
is a 42 Indian, because it's one of the last pre-war Indians ever built.
Yeah. Phenomenal bike.
Crazy significant that is.
But when we talk about the Japanese bikes, and it's not like cars. They built the bikes in Japan, and the exact same bikes went everywhere.
Yes.
Not like cars, right?
No,
You had American market, like it's totally different. So it's safe to say that some of these bikes may be more common or more of a combination audience around the world than a lot of the cars and stuff that we normally do.
You've got rest of world and you've got world. I mean, on these bikes that are sitting here, I think some of the bids that are going to be coming in from you guys online are going to be amazing. And they will be from all over the world, because these were significant bikes for the world, not just for the U.S. market.
Right. Yeah.
I've ridden Harleys my whole life. I love them. I get it. However, if you want to ride something hard, really hard, be reliable, my favorite has always been Honda. We flew in on a Honda Jet today.
No
it's
way.
kind of a Japanese day. But, I mean, I rode a Kawasaki GPZ 550 in college. Loved that bike. Fan of Yamahas too.
Yeah.
And the Suzukis. And there's a smattering of everything in there. But what's in there, if you're a motorcycle guy and you walk up to it, it's in there for a reason.
Right.
This is not just a pile of 160 motorcycles.
No, it's not random.
No, not at all.
Well, I think it's reflected. We had a meeting last night, and we were going through, and as of last night, so today the number might be changed, we did have bidders from 23 different countries registered for this sale.
It's amazing. I sat down with John when you guys were going back and forth wanting to do this sale. And I hope I can say this. John's like, I don't know that this is big enough number. I said, y'all do private collections all the time. I said, well, John, it's 160 motorcycles, and but hear me out. The audience that you guys are going to pull on this is going to be amazing from all over the world.
What I've learned in the last couple of months doing this is the passion.
Oh, motorcycle guys are crazy nuts.
It's It's all the way up there.
But-
And I love that. That's a blast.
Well, the attrition rate on the motorcycles is kind of a drag. So if you got that guy out there looking for, well, a 69 Mach 3 might be a little bit esoteric, but let's say
Sure.
71 or 72, and he had one, he's trying to find one, where are you going to find it?
I know it.
Right here.
I know it. Yeah. No, I think it's going to be an incredible event. And I've learned so much now historically about some of those bikes.
Oh, it's
that
crazy.
It's car business. The best cars have the greatest history, the best stories, and now learning the other side, the flip side, on the bike stuff. I'm probably going to end up buying some bikes in the next few years. Like I think it started a little fire.
I've put motorcycle collections multiple together in the past and have sold them, but put this in perspective. Like I said, sometimes we'll walk and we'll see 100 cars in a barn.
Yeah.
How many motorcycles are in there? Usually none,
Right.
or one or two.
Right.
And you either walk past it or the guy won't sell it.
Right.
So they're hard to buy. But what's cool about collecting motorcycles is they don't take up a lot of room.
Oh, I know it.
So, I mean, whether you're a Moto Guzzi guy or a Butaco guy or a Yamaha guy or whatever you are, or to put a Ferrari collection together is incredibly expensive.
Yes.
It takes up a lot of room, a lot of maintenance. To put together a Honda collection or Kawasaki collection or Triumph collection or
Yeah.
VSA, whatever it may be, can it get expensive? Yes. But maintenance and room and insurance? No.
Well, it's awesome. I have now in my office, which is one of the bays in my garage, my home office, I have 2 Harleys. It's just their office art. You can use them all the time, but they're office art. And this would be the same thing with these every day.
Absolutely agreed. To me, some of the best art in the world. We'll bleed into cars for a minute, but Lamborghini Miura, having that in your garage, you just got to walk
That's
outside
it.
and pop open a beer and look at that car.
Yes.
It's art. You walk into the motorcycle side of things, there, a lot of these Japanese bikes are in themselves are works of art, but the Indian, wow.
Yeah. Timeless, right? That thing is, people can identify with an Indian. Even if they don't know exactly what it is, they've seen it. They know the brand, that look, that style.
But the
and
one
they're
you've
hooked.
got here is the ultimate. You've got a 4-cylinder 42 with a sidecar with every option you could ever
Bonus.
have.
Correct. It's as good as any, without a doubt.
Huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to a lot of these guys that rode them in the past, I rode every day in the past. I'm not riding right now, but still, I like to look at them,
Yeah.
collect them. They're works of art.
They're
But,
pretty
man,
awesome.
you guys did a killer job setting this stuff up.
Well, it's been great. It's been a blast. So I would love to own a few, which obviously I won't. But I'm ready. Like the amount of energy here, it's nuts. The response we've had, the interest on all these bikes. It's a
whole different deal.
Now if I could. Yeah, it is. It's a whole different game.
I tell you, I think what you're going to fall off, you might fall off of your podium or auction stand or judge's stand or whatever you call it these days. I don't know. Is when you sell some of those mini bikes.
We were talking earlier, a couple of us, about some of the mini bikes bringing more than some of the big bikes.
You're going to be floored, sir.
Well, let's go look at some bikes and grab
Okay.
a cold one, and you can educate me a little bit.
Well, deal.
Stay with us, everybody. Worldwide Auctioneers, Worldwide TV. See Dennis Collins, The Coffee Walk on YouTube. See you on the weekend.